What are the essential summaries of major literary periods? Imagine walking through a timeline of stories, poems, and plays that shaped how we see the world. Each chapter in this story is called a literary period. These periods tell us about the styles, themes, and ideas that writers focused on during different times. They help us understand why certain books were written and how they reflected society. The first major period is the ancient and classical era, starting around 1200 years before Christ and ending in 455 C. Think of epic poems like Homer's Iliad and Odyssey. These stories talk about heroes, gods, fate, and human struggles. Literature was often about mythology, heroism, and the relationship between humans and divine beings. It was the foundation of Western storytelling. Next comes the medieval period, from 455 to 1485. After the fall of the Roman Empire, stories focused on religion, chivalry, and knights. Famous works include Geoffrey Chaucer's The Canterbury Tales and Dante Alighieri's Divine Comedy. Literature from this time often used allegories and moral lessons, with tales of epic quests and religious devotion. The Renaissance, from 1485 to 1660, was a time of rebirth. Writers rediscovered classical ideas and focused on human potential. This era saw the rise of the printing press, making books more available. William Shakespeare, John Milton, and Christopher Marlowe created works exploring love, power, and human nature. Themes included exploration, classical myths, and complex characters. Then comes the Enlightenment, from 1660 to 1790. Known as the Age of Reason, this period valued science, logic, and questioning authority. Writers like Jonathan Swift and Voltaire used satire to criticize society and politics. Literature focused on reason, progress, and human rights, often with witty and sharp language. The Romantic period, from 1790 to 1830, was a reaction against the Enlightenment's focus on reason. It celebrated emotion, nature, and individual experience. Poets like William Wordsworth and Samuel Taylor Coleridge wrote about the beauty and power of nature. Novelists like Mary Shelley explored imagination, the supernatural, and rebellion against industrial change. The Victorian era, from around 1820 to 1914, reflected social change and moral questions. Literature became more detailed and realistic. Charles Dickens and the Bronte sisters wrote about class struggles, gender roles, and social reform. The novel became the dominant form, often highlighting societal issues. Modernism, from 1910 to 1945, emerged after the upheavals of the World Wars. Writers experimented with new ways of telling stories. James Joyce, Virginia Woolf, and T.S. Eliot used stream of consciousness and fragmented structures. Their works captured the chaos, disillusionment, and psychological depth of modern life. Finally, the postmodern period, from 1945 to today, questions traditional ideas and stories. It often uses irony, humor, and mixes genres. Writers like Thomas Pynchon and Don DeLillo explore themes of technology, globalization, and cultural change. Literature from this time challenges the idea of a single truth and plays with different ways of storytelling. Knowing these periods helps us see how authors responded to their world and how literature evolved over time. It shows us the changing ideas, styles, and themes that continue to influence books today.